So tonight's class, I'm going to give it a loose title of practicing our surrender skills, and this is important so that we don't get too hung out to dry in terms of our stress levels by what is going on around us and this gradual easing from lockdown. And as things unwind, things are never going to be the same again in lots of different ways. And embracing change and dealing with change is something covered regularly in the yoga tradition. So we're going to just cultivate our own personal attitude to surrender. So it's remarkable how simply by surrendering to the length of the exhale, surrendering to slightly deeper stretches and expressions of yoga poses, can have a ripple effect through the mind and kind of change how we see everything, and we can become a little more comfortable with the idea that things are not going to stay exactly the same, which of course we know is an underlying truth of life. So if you'd like to be comfortable, either sitting normally in a chair, or if you like sitting cross-legged, please do either in a chair or on the mat. And then we're going to rest the hands on the knees in any comfortable position. If you're used to taking a yoga mudra, feel free to do that. We're just simply relaxed palms and thumb and first finger together. And then if you're happy to close your eyes, allow the eyes to close. And if you'd rather not close the eyes, just have the eyes forward and downcast. Just take a moment to acknowledge how you're feeling as you start tonight's practice, how you're feeling in your body, energized, tired, stressed, relaxed, tense, or feeling really free in your body, and not worrying at all about which of those categories you are leaning towards, but just finding that starting place, finding where you are right now. And then beginning to tune into your breath. And unless the nose is blocked, breathing in and out through the nose. And we're going to use a simple rhythm of breath tonight, which will start with a 2-4 rhythm. So we're going to breathe in for a count of 2 and exhale for a count of 4. But the important thing here is that there's absolutely no strain on the breath. So I'm going to talk you into that rhythm. So first of all, just beginning to elongate both the inhale and the exhale. And as we've been covering in previous sessions, thinking about accessing the lower part of the lungs, the mid part with the rib cage lifting slightly, and finishing your inhale with a sense of being brimful of breath right up to the collarbones. And then all that effort is there on inhale, a lot of breathing muscles helping you breathe in. But the exhale is a process of release, and in this case, slow release. It's quite hard to elongate your exhale through the mouth, so much better to exhale through the nose if you can. If your nose is blocked, you could just purse your lips a little bit and reduce the airway size of the mouth a little bit. That will help to lengthen the breath. So with that lengthened inhale and lengthened exhale, beginning to tune in to that sense of effort, a little bit of dynamism on the in-breath, and exaggerating the release of the exhale, the softening as you breathe out, and probably noticing straight away that that exhale is a little bit longer than the inhale. And then silently counting to yourself. So we're going to breathe in quite dynamically, because we're only breathing in for a count of 2. So it's going to be 1, 2, and then exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And just continue with that for a few more rounds without getting too hung up on the counting. It's not that important. The important thing is just setting this intention to release the exhale and allow it to express itself fully, and then it will be naturally longer. And if it's not exactly twice as long as the inhale, that's really neither here nor there. At the same time, if you find counting in for 2 and out for 4 constraining, then those who are more experienced with breath work, feel free to move the count to 3, 6, or even 4, 8, but definitely no further than that. And we're going to do another 2 or 3 of these initial breaths, really feeling that as we breathe in and we dynamically use the breathing muscles, there's a sense of upward movement of breath and energy. And as you exhale and soften, a downward movement of breath and energy as everything moves in and down, collarbones lower. It's a bit like breathing up and down from the ground, which we've done a lot in previous classes. And just notice the quality of that long exhale and what it makes you feel. What it makes you feel at the physical level, which may be a sense of softening of the body. And at the level of emotions, where if you're at all agitated, has a calming effect. And in terms of the agitation in the mind, whatever point the mind is at, it's likely to become just a little bit more settled as we lengthen that out breath. So this is the expression of surrender that we're looking for tonight. We're surrendering tension in the body. We're surrendering emotions that are not serving us well at the moment. And we're surrendering the clutter of the mind and trading that for a little bit of space and stillness between the thoughts, so that we glimpse some of that pure awareness that is there between our individual thoughts. That's great. We're going to just do a little bit of breath and movement. And this, again, can be done from the chair or on the mat. And some of these movements are becoming quite familiar now. So as you breathe in, you're going to open the chest, move the shoulders back and down. And then as you breathe out, use that long exhale. So the exhale movement is slower than the inhale movement. So breathing in, whatever your count is, or just that sense of fullness. And then long exhale and soften. And one more. At the end of your next exhale, release the hands down, palms facing up, and breathing in, float the arms up. At the end of the inhale, turn the palms and do that long, slow, softening exhale, going all the way down till the arms and the shoulders are relaxed. And as the exhale dies away, turn the palms ready for the next inhale. And we'll do 2 more of these, and let's use that visualization of the ground, breathing up from the ground through the feet, filling the lungs, filling the breath to the top of the shoulders and beyond. And then a long exhale, sending that breath and energy in a downward direction, back down to the ground through the soles of the feet. And at the end of this exhale, just give the arms a little shake. And then we're going to do shoulder shrugs, which I pretty much include in every class I do. This is to help you check in with the amount of tension that is in your shoulders, which is different from any tension that there might be in the actual socket where the top of the arm meets the shoulder. So that isn't doing anything. The arms are just hanging, and you're taking the shoulders forwards and up and back and down. So try not to judge whether they're tight or soft. And then turn the palms outwards, bend the elbows, bring the fingertips to the tops of the shoulders. And this time doing a much bigger movement. And if you've got any limitations in the shoulders, whether that's from injury or arthritis or any other reason, just find a pain-free range of motion that is going to serve you, is going to enable you to soften the shoulders. One of the reasons we never push through pain in yoga is that it really is counterproductive. You'll never extend range of motion in a state of pain because the body's natural response is to tighten everything to protect it. So you just find the shoulders getting tighter and tighter. We want them to feel really fluid, really soft. And then next time the arms come down, you finish that circle, release the hands, release the arms, give the arms a shake. And then we're going to take the right arm up into the air and just bend the elbow and rest the hand on the back of the head. And then very mindfully use this left hand to draw the shoulder up a little bit. And at the same time, you're sending the elbow up towards the ceiling and opening up this armpit, this on the right side here, stretching down the right side of the body. And depending on what's going on with your shoulder, you might get the elbow quite far back towards the ear or even behind the ear. Just give you a side view of that. And all the time you're doing this, trying to keep the spine nice and neutral and avoiding slumping forward. So if you're on the mat and the back is collapsing, the solution there would be a yoga block or two under the hips. And then from here, we're just going to extend that right arm, so it's still on the same side, and then long exhale coming into a side stretch. And then take a breath here, the equivalent of your count of 3 or 2, and then long exhale and feel the length, feel the surrender of the tension throughout the right side, all the way down to the hip as this side of the body lengthens. And once more, inhale. Right side of the lungs, just taking a little bit more air, because they're more open. And long exhale, stretching, reaching, lengthening the side of the body. And then breathing in, coming up, turn the palm, breathing out, release, give the arms a shake, give the shoulders a shrug, and just notice if you can feel the difference there between the right side and the left side. Probably a difference in the shoulder, but also maybe a sense of space that's a little more expressed in that side we just stretched. So we'll do the same on the other side. Left arm's going up. Now rest the hand behind the head. Bring the right elbow up and breathing in, drawing the elbow back and also sending it up to the ceiling. Feeling like that stretch is coming from the left hip, that left sit bone, all the way up through the side of the body, through the shoulder, through the elbow and beyond. And breathing steadily as you stretch. So if the shoulders are tight, if this is a little bit difficult, just ease out of it if there's any significant discomfort. And when you're in a sustainable feeling of this shoulder opening, again, using the long exhale to soften into that shoulder. And then release the right hand, extend the left arm up, and long exhale, leaning to your right, lengthening the left side of the body now. Breathing in. Long exhale, lengthen and soften. breathing in, long exhale. Inhaling, coming up, turn the palm, exhale, release the arm down, give the arms a little shake, give the shoulders a shrug. Breathing in, draw the shoulders up towards the ears, draw the head down into the body, and then breathing out, draw the shoulders down, make the back of the neck in particular as long as possible. Inhale here, nice long spine, and then exhale, bowing the head forwards. So just take the chin towards the sternum, the breastbone there. It probably won't touch, that's not important. And it's a subtle move this, just for the next couple of breaths. As you exhale with that long exhale, try to release the weight of the head and any tendency that's very common in the neck and shoulder muscles to want to contract and hold onto the head. Instead, let those muscles soften so you have a feeling of lengthening, genuine lengthening through the back of the neck. And then on your next inhale, bring the head back up. Just give the head a little waggle, a little nod forwards and backwards and sideways. And then we'll carry on working on this neck mobility with a little bit of spinal twist. So we'll bring the palms together, we'll inhale and make the spine as long as possible. And exhale, rotating around to the right, turning the shoulders and then turning the head. So both shoulders and head have turned clockwise as far as they will go. Hands just resting on the outside of the left thigh. A couple of breaths here. As you inhale, fill the lungs. Think about the long axis of the spine. And as you exhale, long exhale, just softening into the twist a little bit more. And then, as we've been doing the last couple of weeks, keep the shoulders where they are and turn the head back into the room. And do 2 more breaths, breathing in, lifting up through the axis of the spine. Exhale, shoulders going to the right, head going the opposite way. All the time, just guarding against that tendency for the shoulders to ride up, keep them dropping away from the ears. And then inhaling, head and shoulders to center, and exhale, around to the left, around to the other side. Turn the shoulders, turn the head. Inhale, lengthen up, exhale, soften into a little bit more twist. And then breathing in, turning the head only, keeping the chin tucked in so the back of the neck is not compressed. Really feel that the center of the hips, the pelvic floor, you could draw a line vertically from there and it would go through the crown of the head. Very good. And then breathing in, coming back to center. Take the feet forward a little bit if you're on a chair. If you're on the mat, sitting cross-legged, you can do this one from there as well. We're going to bow forwards. If you're on the mat, you might have your hands forward at the knees. It actually works really well in the chair, just to extend the upper body away from the hips. Keep the sit bones rooting back into the chair and allow the forward momentum of your upper body to stretch out the lower back. It can feel really, really spacious in the lower back. And again, the long exhale here will support what we're doing, help us to surrender any tension in the back of the pelvis, in the lower back, in the spine generally. Letting the head hang forward as well. I'm lifting mine a little bit to talk to you, but let the chin tuck in, let the head hang forward. And the weight of the head now is giving you that additional little bit of forward momentum and traction. And then breathing and pushing into the hands, coming back up to neutral. And we'll get off the chair in a moment. We're going to do one sun salutation from the chair. So if you're on the mat, you want to get up to standing and do this one from standing. It's a really simple, it's the, for those who haven't been to this class before, it's the simple version of a sun salutation that we teach to NHS patients in the Yoga for Health protocol. So from hands together in front of the heart, breathing in, soft elbows, draw the palms back, get as much shoulder release and back bend as you can, lift the chest, keep the tummy in so the lower back doesn't overdo that. And then breathing out, take the hands onto the thighs and bow forwards. Inhale, come up halfway, flatten the back, engage the back muscles, and long exhale, fold forwards. Breathing in, come up till the back is flat, and then lift the hands. Open the heart. Exhale, bring the palms together. Breathing in, send the hands up, and exhale to your right, long exhale. Inhale, coming up to center, long exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up, and exhale to the other side, long out breath, surrender to the breath. Inhale, coming up, and exhale, hands back to the heart. So we're going to continue with 2 more rounds, which we're going to do from standing. If you need to remain in a chair, feel free to do that. If anyone's planning to do the whole class in a chair, then maybe you could just unmute yourself and say, chair guidance, please. Otherwise, I'm going to just release the instructions for the chair now and assume everyone is able to stand. So breathing in, second sun salutation. Breathing out, hands onto the thighs, forward bend. Breathing in, coming up to a flat back. To work a little more strongly, hover the hands off the thighs. Breathing out, bring the hands back down onto the thigh and fold forwards. Breathing in, bend the knees flat back and coming up, open the heart. And breathing out, palms together. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, swaying to the right. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reaching up. And long exhale to the other side. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, hands in front of the heart. So we'll do 1 more, and this time we'll even a little bit more than on that occasion try to use that tool of the lengthened exhale. So a bit less focus on what the body is doing and a bit more focus on what the breath is doing. Breathing in. Breathing out, long exhale, soften. Not a deep forward bend here. Inhale, flat back, hover the hands. And now a long exhale, forward bend. Go as far as you want. If you need to keep the head level with the heart, then just straighten the legs from this position. Inhale, bend the knees flat back, still inhaling, coming up. Long exhale, mindfully bringing those palms together. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale to the right. Inhale, reaching up. Long exhale. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, hands to heart. So I'm going to face the chair now, and I'll just show you, for those who haven't got a chair, that when we come up from the forward bend, what we'll be doing is coming into a lunge position. And if you are going to work on the floor, which is absolutely fine, then you're going to just place a blanket or a cushion under the right knee, left knee in this case, with the right leg forwards. If you have a chair, the beauty of working with the chair is that there's no compression, no weight going through the knee, and this is a fantastic way of working this pose actually a little bit deeper. So we're going to try that now. So facing the chair, using the chair or not, palms together, breathing in, open the heart, draw the shoulders back, breathing out, folding forwards, long exhale. Inhale, flatten the back. Long exhale, forward bend, stretch the hamstrings. Breathing in, flatten the back, come all the way up. And breathing out, coming into lunge. Remember, either taking the left knee down onto some padding on the mat or stepping the right leg onto the chair like this. Place the hands on the chair for first position. You want this left foot to be at least hip width away from the right foot, so you're stable. You don't want to be on a tightrope here. And then find the perfect lunge for you. So if I go any deeper, the back heel is going to lift, so I don't want that. But in the same way, if I was too narrow, then I wouldn't feel any stretch down the back of this left leg. So it takes a little bit of adjusting. You might be able to creep the toes forward on the chair or come off and just reposition the back foot. Back foot is not turned out significantly, 2 centimeters at the most. And if everything is going correctly, the stretch is up that front of that left thigh and through the calf and the Achilles of the back leg. Breathing in, coming to the same arm position we've been using. And then breathing out, release the hands down, interlace the hands behind the back. If that's too intense, just stretch the arms away from you. If you can, interlace the fingers. Then breathing in, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Draw the shoulders down the back and just let the head tilt back a tiny amount so the neck is following the back bend of the upper back and isn't tilting back too far. Release, place the hand on the knee, soften the knee a little bit and step off the chair and come onto the left side. So we can get into this side a little bit quicker now we know what we're doing. Breathing in, finding the stretch, and this hand position on the knees is designed to stop you collapsing forward. So the arms act like a little brace to keep the spine upright, and that's what gives you this lengthening sensation through this time the top of the right thigh, and it's that right calf and Achilles that is being stretched. Very good. Breathing in, inhale. Breathing out, softening, long exhale, soften into the back bend. Release the hands, interlace the hands behind the back. If you did so on the other side, breathing in, stretch the arms away. Draw the shoulders down. Exhale, long exhale, deepen that stretch. And then release, hands on thigh, and coming back off the chair. Let's give the legs a little shake. And then inhaling, coming up, and exhale into our side stretch position. Long exhale, inhale, coming up, exhale, hands in front of the heart. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale to the left. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, hands in front of the heart. We can do another one now with a slightly different variation of that lunge. So here we go, breathing in, draw the shoulders back, keep everything soft. Breathing out, bend the knees, hands to thigh, easy forward fold. Surrender. Inhale, flatten the back. Long exhale, surrender to the forward bend, just let the head hang. Inhale, bend the knees flat back, coming up. Exhale, release. Step the right leg onto the chair. Just one breath here to lengthen the spine. And then breathing out, taking both hands down onto the chair, so the hands are lining up with the right foot. Just be a little bit careful here. We're going to take the left arm up into a twist now. But for balancing purposes, keep the gaze looking down. There's no need to turn the head as well. In fact, turning the head and keeping it looking down is going to give us that contrary twist, which is very freeing. So we'll come into the twist by placing the back of the left hand on the lower back, and then begin to draw the left shoulder up, keep the right arm straight, and feel that this right knee is just snugly fitting against the outside of the right arm, so that as you turn, the knee isn't pushed out to the side. If that feels comfortable, the left hand, you can extend it up and find that length through the shoulders. One more breath here. And long exhale and soften and release. Breathing in, coming up and off the chair. And coming onto the left side. Find a lunge position, support with the hands, breathing in and breathing out. Bring the hands down onto the inside of the left foot. Left arm straight, shoulders lacking tension. Place the back of the right hand on the lower back. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, draw the right shoulder back. Let the left shoulder sink down towards the left foot. Remember, you don't need to turn the head. If you felt really secure with your balance and you wanted to do that in your own practice, you could do that. And of course, you'd be ending up in a version of Parivrtta Trikonasana, revolved triangle, or revolved Parsvakonasana, depending on how you see the chair as a prop. So if the arm is feeling good, the right shoulder's feeling good, you can extend the right arm up. One more breath in and a long exhale. Release the hands down, coming off the chair. Back into mountain pose, palms together. And inhale, reaching up. These side stretches become a little bit of a back to neutral feeling, nice and gentle. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale to the left. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale and release. And we do one more. This is our last one. Just another slight variation from our lunge position. So when you're ready, following your breath, using that long exhale to deepen the experience of each out-breath position. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, flat back. Long exhale. Inhale, flat back, come all the way up, open the heart. Exhale, release the hands, right leg forwards. Place the hands on the thigh, inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, place the left elbow on the outside of the right thigh. Bring the palms together. So keep the elbows nice and tucked in. not flying out. It's going to lift the shoulder. And in this position, just feel about lengthening through this axis from the tailbone, through the spine, through the shoulders, through the crown of the head. And then as you do your long exhale, using the elbows to draw the shoulders round a little bit more. Keep the head neutral, or you could even turn and look down towards the chair, which will give you a little bit more confidence if you're feeling unsteady. And if you are feeling unsteady, you could do this one with the knee on the floor, the padded knee. But it is improving your balance if you are able to do this one. Last exhale in the twist, and then breathing in, release, breathing out, coming off, and then stepping the left leg on. Inhale, open the front of the chest, and exhale, right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Tuck the elbows in, relax the shoulders, inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, softening into the twist. Allow each exhale have that quality of length and that attitude of surrender, so that you feel yourself exploring more and more space in your body as you work. So just one more exhale in this left-sided twist, and then breathing in, releasing, coming out, bring the palms together, inhale, reach up, exhale, swaying to your right, inhale, reaching up, and exhale, swaying to your left. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, bring the hands in front of the heart, and then releasing the hands down and giving the arms and legs a little shake. So before we come down and do a little bit of work on the mat, our last standing pose is two balances. So we're going to begin with heron, as we often do. So as you breathe in, just extend the arms away from you, and as you breathe out, float the arms down, and try and find that very fluid, bird-like flapping motion. It's like a slow motion video of a bird in flight. And then just beginning to shift the weight from leg to leg. So as the arms go up, softening and raising the right heel, arms go down, heel goes down, and then left heel coming up. And if you just want to do this version of heron, that'll be absolutely fine. We're coming right up onto the toes now. If you think it's going to be a good night for balancing and you've got a safe non-slip surface, lifting the leg on the inhale, lowering it on the exhale. And then just falling into our breathing rhythm. So giving ourselves that slightly longer exhale, the challenge of maintaining the balance through that longer exhale. Once more to each side. Then our second balance is going to be a held balance, and it could either be the heron that we just did, or you can do a version of tree pose. And if you're doing a version of tree pose, you may wish to place yourself near the back of your chair or near a wall. So this will give us the advantage of the hip opening. We're turning the right thigh outwards and either just resting on the toes, so 99% of the weight through the standing leg. The hand can be here, so hands in front of the heart if you're not using the chair, or they could extend like the branches of a tree. And if you normally do this pose with the foot on the leg, feel free to do that. Once you're there, see if you can draw those shoulders back and down, soften the arms, soften the fingers, and find that breathing pattern. Inhale and long exhale. If you're really wobbling, don't be in that position where you're getting frustrated. Just use the support of the wall or the chair. And at the end of the next exhale, releasing the arm down, releasing the leg. Give the legs a little shake. So some of you will be going into heron on the other side, or you'll be going into tree pose on the other side. I'm not going to turn around, but you will probably turn around to repeat exactly on the other side. So toes on the mat or foot raised, using the chair, and choose your arm position. One more long exhale. And at the end of that exhale, release and give the arms and legs a little shake. I'm not going to need the chair now until almost the last pose of the class. What we are going to do is use a yoga belt, and if you don't have one, you can use the hands instead. And if you want to improvise, any kind of belt or tie would be absolutely fine. So we're going to come down onto the mat, and in many ways we're kind of working backwards in this class, starting with dynamic work and moving into some static stretching, and actually finishing with a little bit of mobilization. So if you've been attending the class, this is a familiar stretch at the moment. The left leg is supported by the left leg is flat on the floor, the right leg is supported by the belt, and we're really focusing on keeping the back of the pelvis flat on the mat and that left foot flat on the floor. That's our earth connection, our foundation. Breathing in, use the belt to draw the right knee in towards the chest, and breathing out, extend the right leg up to the ceiling. Breathing in, reconnecting with that intention to have a long exhale, around about twice as long as the inhale. It really works very well for these kind of stretches. Exhale. Keep the shoulders down and relaxed. Give yourself plenty of belt. Exhale and stretch. Last one. Inhale and exhale, stretch. And now we're going to hold this static stretch. Keep the legs straight. As you breathe in, the leg is going to be still. And as you do your long exhale, just visualizing a softening of the back of that right thigh, and feeling maybe that leg is moving in a little bit closer towards the body, but only on the exhale. And one more breath in this stretch. And then breathing in, let the knee bend. We're just going to take the belt off that right foot, place the foot flat on the floor, and slide both legs straight. Give the legs a little bounce up and down, rock the pelvis from side to side. And just notice any difference in sensations between the right leg and the left. How effective was that long exhale, surrender in creating space in the right leg. So we're going to come back to do the other side. So now right foot is flat on the floor. Belt is coming around the left foot. Keep the pelvis and the right foot flat on the mat. As you breathe in, bend the knee in over the chest. And long exhale, coming into the stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Long exhale. One more dynamically. And now holding the left leg stretch and allowing your long exhale and that attitude of surrender to just find a little bit of softening, a little bit more space in the back of the left thigh with each long exhale. And then on your next inhale, let that right knee bend. You're going to use the belt again in a moment. Again, we'll slide both legs away, give the legs a little bounce, rock the pelvis from side to side. Notice how the sensations in the legs have changed. And then bring the knees in over the chest and take a little rock from side to side. And as you rock, allow the head to roll the opposite way. Coming back to center, inhaling, extend the arms, create a bit of space for that inhale, and then long exhale, draw the thighs in, and if it's safe for you to do so, lifting the shoulders, lifting the chin towards the knees. Inhale, take the head down. So just for those of you who want a little stronger version of that practice, so keep the hands on the shins or the thighs if you need to. Otherwise, we're going to breathe in and we're going to exhale and do the same curling up, but without the arms holding the legs. Inhale, head down, 2 more times, and exhale. And long exhale. And then this time, as the head goes down, both hands on the knees and rotate the knees, keeping the knees together. And this one can also be done hands-free. And if you want to do that, you'll have the same effect on freeing the lower back and the back of the pelvis, but it'll involve a little bit more work for your core muscles and your oblique muscles at the sides of the body. And round about now, just changing the direction of your circles. And then coming back to center, one hand on each knee, separate the knees and circling the knees wide apart. And using the long exhale to really find the maximum range of motion in your hips. This may take a few rotations. And then try reversing the direction of those circles and paying attention a little bit to the feedback you're getting from your hip joints and using that long exhale just to move through any sensations of mild discomfort or almost a feeling as if the joint is a little bit rusty, which is a reasonable metaphor if you've just been using this joint without really accessing this full range of motion that it has. And then next time the knees come in, we're just going to hold on to the right shin or right thigh, and we're going to slide the left leg away. Open the back of the knee, pull the toes back, spread the toes. Just do a little bit of ankle rotation here with the right foot. A little bit of pointing and spreading the toes as we pull the toes back and curling the toes under as we point the toes away. Inhaling, arms straight. Exhale, draw the thigh in. Keep the head on the floor unless you're used to lifting the chin towards the knee, in which case feel free to do that. Inhale, take the head down, foot down, slide the right leg straight, and coming onto the other side now. Shin, thigh, even a belt around the shin would be fine. And you're pulling the toes back on the straight leg and rotating the left ankle. Rotate the other way. Pull the toes back, spread the toes. Exhale, point the toes under once more. Inhale, arms straight, and exhale, draw the left thigh in. Keep the head on the floor unless you raised it on the other side. Chin towards left knee. Inhale, head down. Exhale, release that leg, slide the leg straight, give the legs a little bounce up and down. I'm just going to finish this section with a little bit of back bending, and for that we'll take away anything that may be under the back of the head. Have the feet flat on the floor. The further away the feet are from the hips, the lower the back bend. So this is a reasonable position if you're not particularly flexible in the upper back, and if you're more flexible, a little bit closer, and you might, even if you reach with the arms, be able to touch the heels. Feet are hip width or a tiny bit wider, and if you just have a little peer down, you're not turning the toes out. The edges of the outer edges of the feet are creating straight lines. Tuck the chin in, make the back of the neck long. Exhale, navel to spine, lower back is flat. Breathing in, just lifting the pelvis about a foot off the mat, and just testing that you're not letting the tummy come up as you do that. Keep this in, and then as you exhale, tuck the pelvis and roll down. So each time we inhale now, we're going to float the pelvis up a little bit higher, and then use our long exhale, surrender into the softness of your spine. Lower it down vertebra by vertebra. Inhale, float it in the air, press through the feet, particularly the big toe. Exhale, rolling down. Inhale, getting near your comfortable highest position in this pose. A little bit of thigh engagement and slight feeling that you're trying to rotate the thighs inwards to support this movement. The weight is in the shoulders and not in the back of the neck. Exhale, roll the spine down. And then just a little extension activity for those who want it. This time, as you breathe in, coming up, and then let the heels come up as well. That will get you to your highest position. Exhale, heels down. Inhale, press the shoulders. This is your biggest back bend. And then long exhale, roll the spine down. And bring the knees in over the chest. Have a little rock from side to side. So I said we'd use the belt one more time. We're going to use it now by taking the belt around the front of the ankles. Wrap the belt once around each hand. So this is going to just give you the same posture, but a connection to the feet. Have the arms straight, shoulders drawing back and down. Exhale, flat back. Inhale, coming up into the shoulder bow. And for those who want to, holding this position for up to 3 breaths. If this is feeling a little bit strong or you've done enough already, just hold it for 1 breath. Trying to keep that long exhale happening. And when you get to the 3rd exhale, soften the hands, roll the spine down, release the belt, and draw the knees in and rock from side to side. So we're going to come over now. We're nearly done. Wouldn't be a full experience without the cat. So we're going to come into the cat. We're going to pad the knees. And here's an option for those with any shoulder or wrist issues, is to place the forearms on the chair and use the chair as a foundation and support for the cat. If you're working on the mat, remembering to keep the hands forward of the shoulders so it's not an unkind angle on the wrists. And we're really looking for our maximum surrender here. Breathing in, nice full breath. And as you do your long exhale, feeling the spine lengthening, arching up, and creating the maximum amount of space that you can in your back. And 2 more of these with your breath. Long exhale. And then on your next inhale, bringing the big toes together, knees towards the edge of your blanket, sink the hips back and make a pillow by resting one hand on top of the other. Take the forehead down. And just take a couple of breaths here to allow the spine to soften and release from all the work we've just done over the past couple of postures. And then on your next inhale coming up, keep that blanket handy. If you've got a yoga block handy, you're going to come into our supported inversion using the chair one last time. Lower legs on the seat of the chair, hips on the yoga block, head supported by the blanket, arms a little way away from the body. And using the long exhale one last time in our posture practice. And this time, the long exhale is just noticing any remaining tension in the body, particularly the shoulders, and using the long exhale to invite it to soften and release. If you're finding this position particularly comfortable and you'd like to stay here a little bit longer, feel free to do that. Otherwise, we're coming into relaxation now. So you might be relaxing with the legs straight in your usual Shavasana, or you might prefer knees bent. And if you've got any props like a bolster or anything to rest your legs over, or anything you normally use, and if you want to cover yourself with a blanket, please feel free to do that. And once you're in a comfortable position, Allowing the eyes to close if you're happy to do that, or just having a soft gaze up towards the ceiling. Take a moment to notice every sensation in your body. And then in a more subtle way than we've been doing in our stretching and mobilizing practices, we're going to use the long exhale to release each part of the body in turn, but without moving the body at all, just simply taking our awareness there and then inviting a soft, long exhale to invite that part of the body to release a little bit more. So bringing your awareness to the right foot, noticing when you breathe in, and then allowing your exhale to be a little bit longer in a very natural way, surrendering the exhale and also softening and surrendering the right foot. Awareness to the left foot, breathing in, elongated exhale, and the left foot is softening. The right lower leg, inhale, and exhale, soften. The left lower leg, inhale, and exhale, soften. The right knee, inhale, and exhale, soften. The left knee, inhale, long exhale, and soften. The right thigh, inhale, long exhale, and soften. The left thigh, inhale, long exhale, and soften. The whole of the right leg, exhale, soften. The whole of the left leg, exhale, soften. The right side of the pelvis, exhale, soften. The left side of the pelvis, exhale, soften. The right side of the abdomen, exhale, soften. The left side of the abdomen, exhale, soften. The right side of the chest, exhale, soften. The left side of the chest, exhale, soften. The right hand, exhale, soften. The left hand, exhale, soften. The right forearm, exhale, soften. The left forearm, exhale, soften. The right elbow, exhale, soften. The left elbow, exhale, soften. the right upper arm and shoulder. Exhale, soften. The left upper arm and shoulder. Exhale, soften. The whole of the right arm and shoulder. Exhale, soften. The whole of the left arm and shoulder. Exhale, soften. The right side of the neck. Exhale, soften. The left side of the neck. Exhale, soften. The right side of the head. Exhale, soften. The left side of the head. Exhale, soften. The whole of the right side of the body. Exhale, soften. The whole of the right side of the body. Exhale, soften. The whole of the left side of the body. Exhale, soften. The whole of the left side of the body. Exhale, soften. The whole of your body, right and left. The whole of your body. Exhale, soften. The whole of your body. Exhale, soften. And now allow your breath to deepen. And reconnect with the body, move the fingers, wriggle the toes. Gently stretch your arms and your legs in any way that feels good. And if you're lying on the mat with the legs straight, bend the knees, roll onto your side. And take a moment to gather yourself and then come back up to sitting. Sitting on the chair, sitting on the floor, anywhere comfortable with the arms straight. Just going to close with a final breathing practice, returning to our breathing ratio of 3-6-2-4, whichever one you are using, inviting that exhale to be up to twice as long as the inhale, but without any strain on the breath. So when you're ready, silently counting your in-breath and then releasing into a long, softening exhale. Surrender your out-breath. And after the third exhale, just let go of the counting and do 5 more really good quality breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. Finding that long, slow, surrendered out breath. at the end of the 5th breath, return your breath to its natural rhythm. Take a final check-in with how you feel in your body, your breath, your mind. Notice the transformation that you have brought about for yourself through your own yoga practice. And then when you're ready, blinking, open the eyes. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. I wish you a great rest of the week, and may you continue to ease out of lockdown in this sunny weather without too much stress.